after you can now type in your attendance. So once again, good morning. I will be discussing today on amortization. So am I clear? Klaro ra ko akong tingog, or can you say the presentation?
Yes, sir.
So kindly type in your name and your ID number for your attendance, because I'll be checking it every after the session or within a day. So today, this is just a short discussion now. Basically, this is on amortization. So to start off, what is amortization, by the way? What's the difference sa amortization, sir, and between the annuity? Basically, they are the same. But the only difference is you have to specify principal payment and interest payment for amortization. So it is an accounting term. So mo na yung difference. It is an accounting term that refers to the process of allocating the cost of an intangible asset over a period of time. It also refers to the repayment of a loan principal over time. Okay? So it is the process of spreading out a loan into a series of fixed payments over time. You'll be paying off the loan's interest and the principal in different amount each month, although your total payment remains equal each period. So kana imong giingon nga equal payment each period, that is what you call as your annuity. So basically, you have the same value of your amount, or what you call as your annuity, but what differs is the interest and your principal payment, because every time you pay something out of a debt, there is a consideration for the interest on that part, and there is also a consideration on the principal for that part. Okay? So say for example, components of an amortization. Number one, identify the number of compounding periods per year, the number of payment periods per year, K, and the number of interest periods per payment period. You can compute this by using the two equations. So if the problem is a discrete compounding, wherein compounded siya quarterly, monthly imong payment, so you have to compute it using this one. But if it is on a continuous compounding, you can use the formula below. Then, number 3, you need to find out the total number of paying periods. Therefore, that is n is equal to k times number of years. Okay? So, you can use I and the n in the appropriate formula. So, basically, it is more of your compounding interest mixture lang ni siya, but you need to find out the interest, or you need to properly allocate your interest. Okay? So this is a sample problem, no? Supposing you make an equal quarterly payments of 1,000 into a fund for 3 years. Okay? For 3 years, I say for 3 years. So a fund, it pays an interest of 12% compounded monthly. Wait, kaningita ko sa kong calculate. So find the balance at the end of year 3. So if you are paying 1,000, a value of 1,000 per quarter, o niya, what pila value niya at the end of year 3. So A is equal to 1,000, R is equal to 12% per year, compounding periods per year, and N is equal to 12 quarters. So example, we very well know that F is equal to 1 plus I to the exponent of n minus 1 multiplied by the annuity over I. Okay? Now, ang atong interest rate per month is equal to 1%. Okay? But since you are paying it on a quarterly basis, pila imong quarterly interest rate? So that would be 1 plus 1% to the exponent of 3 minus 1. So therefore, your interest rate per quarter is how much? Anybody? That is 3.0301%. Any question? So in other terms, your effective rate of interest on a quarterly basis is 3.0301%. So akong gibutang ang 0301 because I do not need yet to round up or round down the values of my solution. So therefore, the future value of a 1,000 quarterly payments multiplied by 1 plus 3.0301% to the exponent of pila. How many? This is quarterly nga rate. How many quarters? That is 12 minus 1 divided by 3.0301%. So therefore, the future value of your 3 months ay 3 years na equivalent quarterly payments is equal to pila class? That would be equivalent to 14,216.32. Okay? No question? So if you would like to see it on a cash flow basis, you have 1 until the 12 o niya na kay annuity. This is the present amount of your loan nga gibayaran ko no, and this is the future value of all of the annuities. Okay? Next. If you look into pila di ang principal amount ana niyang gibayaran, what is the principal amount nganong nagbayad siya 1,000 every quarter for 3 years? So how much is the principal amount? So basically, your formula would be P is equal to F over 1 plus I to the exponent of 12 quarters. Therefore, the present value of your future amount is equal to pila class? 9,936.14. Am I clear? Hello?
Yes.
Anybody? So, okay. I'll proceed to the amortization schedule, no? So, bot pasabot, ang iya ding loan is 9,000. But in other terms, ang iyang loan amount is, I'll erase first. 9,936.40. Okay. Assuming the problem is an ordinary annuity, so wala siya gibayaran na amortization on the first payment or on the first quarter or quarter zero, I mean. Sabot pasabot, nagbayad siya 1,000 every quarter. Di ba? Mao man nagiingon sa problem. Am I clear with regards to that one? And then your interest rate per quarter is equal to 3.0301%. Okay ra? So, if you have a principal balance of 9,936.14 multiplied by in 1 quarter, mo interest siya og 3.03%. So, ang equivalent interest nimo is 301.08. Okay? Therefore, on your first quarter, nagbayad kag 1,000, but 301.08 is associated to your interest. So therefore, ang imo ra din nabayaran na principal amount ana niya is 698.92. Wait a minute. So, pasabot anak ni class no. So, maklaro ako. Nagbayad kag 1,000 every quarter and then a portion of it or 301 amount anak niya is associated to your interest paid. So therefore, ang imo ra di ay nabayra na principal ana out of the 1,000 is 698.92. So, if you have a principal balance of 9,936 minus the 698.92, therefore, your principal balance at the end of the first quarter is 9,237.22. Clear? Klaro ra ko?
Yes, sir.
So, on sa second quarter na sad, ang kanina sang 9,000 na po'y mo compound by a certain interest of 3.03. So, 9,237 times the interest rate. So, ang imong interest rate diri gibayaran is 279. There is 279.90. So therefore, out of the 1,000 nga imong gibayaran, a portion of it is interest which is equivalent to 279.90. So 720.10 ang imong nabayaran ana as a principal payment. So your principal payment nga 9,237.22 minus sa nabayaran nimo nga principal payment nga 720, that would be 8,517.11. Clear? So, succeedingly, ako lang i-multiply. Kung ano ko interest, this is 258.08. This is 741.92. And 7,705.19. Nalagay nag-istorya. So, 7,775.19. So, times. So, what I'm doing actually, class, is nag-store akong value sa akong calcul para dili ko mag-round up or round down. This is 235.60. This is 764.40. This is 7,010.79. This is 212.43. 787.57. This is 6,223.22. This is 188.57. This is 811.43. This is 5411.79. 163.98, and then 836.02, 4,575.77, 138.65, 3714.42. Hapit ako mahuman, class. Can you follow me, ra? Em, So as you can see na sa imuhang monthly amortization ay quarterly amortization na kay portion ana nga interest. So makita ninyo na on your first payment, as long as you are consistently paying your amortization, the value of your interest reduces over time. Ano man? Because the basis for the interest payment is the principal balance ending on this certain quarter multiplied by the interest rate per quarter. But if you will not be paying the principal or portion of the principal balance, but pasabot, say for example, ang imong gibayaran only is the interest nga 301, wa ka ni bayad ani kay kibaw ka nga pwede rat interest kuno bayran. So ang tendency is all throughout your years, maora na imong bayaran 301 because your principal balance is the same. Kay wala man kay nabayaran nga portion of that one. So, this is the summary of the computation, no? To kuan lang nga mas clear siya nga computation based on ako na lang gi-file daan. Any question with regards to the discussion? Anybody?
Question na sir regarding sa slight difference sa pag-compute sir kay what if
Mm.
naa siya difference in decimal sir parehas sa kanang
Kuan lang for the activity lang to minimize the error on kanang decimal places. So, nag-post ko og Excel nga template.
yes sir.
So, basically, you can use that one in solving for your solution. And then
Ah,
also, ang ako lang yung at the end of every computation, ana ra gyud ta mo round up or round down. So, in as much as possible lang yun, kindly store the values on your calculator or you can actually solve using your katong template nga akong gihatag. That
yes.
minimizes your potential error in rounding up and rounding down. Kay if you if you round up or round down as early as your computation is kanang doing, ang tendency the rest of your computations mo matter naman siya. So mato kindly store lang values. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you sir.
So no other question. So if you have no more other question, I think by 10 a.m. your activity number 2 will be up in your Canvas accounts. So here goes your activity number 2. A friend of yours borrowed an amount of 70,000 pesos. So based on your conversation, she intends to pay it within 1 year and based on a monthly basis. So in other terms, she is paying it on a monthly basis. The interest rate of the borrowed amount is equivalent to 24% compounded quarterly. You were able to lend her the money on July 1 and she intends to pay it at the end of August 2021. So the problem is an ordinary annuity problem. So after paying for 6 months, she intends to pay the remaining balance at the end of the 7th month. Find the following. Number 1, what is the amortization schedule for the loan amounting to 70,000 in 1 year na principal amount? Number 2, what was the effective rate of interest for the loan? And number 3, what is the amount that she would pay at the end of the 7th month to pay off the debt or the debt? Okay? So, actually, mo up ni siya sa inyong Canvas. So, those who will be getting a perfect score for this specific activity will get additional 5 points for all of your quizzes or for any quizzes nga for consumption gap. Question. No question? Hello? Also, the problem can be seen in your Canvas. Okay? And then you will be having only I think three questions on the Canvas as quiz to see. Stop. So, for the benefit of everybody, the activity will close by 12 noon. So, actually, you have roughly 2 hours to complete your activity. Any question from the group? Wala?
Wala na, sir.
So, if
Sir,
you have,
sir,
yes,
for
Chalde,
the problem, sir, kay naay butang during nga you were able to lend her the money on July 1,
1.
2021. Yeah. She intends to pay it at the end of August 2021. Pero
So,
naapod diri sa first part na 1 year siya, sir.
actually, ang kuano na, the first payment of course at the end of August. So, that is an
Ah,
ordinary annuity problem.
okay. Sabi na ko
So,
full payment na iyang August.
first payment occurs at the end of August. So that
Okay.
assuming that is an ordinary annuity problem and then after 6 months ni man siya bayad sa 6 months sa annuity no na siya gusto bayaran on the 7th month nga maimpas na niya tanan. So you can solve using the Excel for the amortization schedule. Okay? And then katong sa cash flow you can submit it online. Any more question? So if you have no more questions, I'll stop the recording.